Cameron, Mase, and DJ Akademiks are currently engaging in the most passive-aggressive beef I think I've ever witnessed in hip-hop media history. And it all started with no other than Lauren LaRosa, out of all people. Lauren LaRosa attended a Kendrick Lamar and SZA concert at MetLife Stadium. And the first thought after attending the concert was to come on Twitter and call out DJ Akademiks for quote-unquote lying in a tweet that says, "I'm here and DJ Akademiks lied. Kendrick is like that. SZA is effing performing her eye off." Academics responded back confused as to what she was referring to, and he quote tweeted it and asked, "Bih, what I lie about? F you using my name in a tweet for because you got some free tickets." Now, him calling her a bih had fans upset, so fans called him out for calling her out her name. So he responded back even more derogatory and on timing. In the response to the fan, Academics writes, "Ninja, F any ninja, man, animal, child, person, alien who speak down on me. Stop playing with me. That bitch shouldn't mention a effing goat like me. She a effing library attendant. All she do is read a sheet. Big act ain't your caliber." Now, I mean, listen, this is one of, the brightest academics rants I think I saw, brother. Academics really went off. Now, a lot of people who was anti-Lauren LaRosa was clapping academics on. A lot of people who like Lauren LaRosa had an issue with this. One of those people being Treasure Wilson, who's the moderator on Cam and May's podcast. And she would respond back to academics and she would say, "Why is this man so angry? Lauren LaRosa said you lied about numbers, and that translates to all of this. Laugh my eyes off. I think you need a vacate." Ack will respond back to Treasure Wilson, letting her know he's not really familiar with who she is, but because she works with Cameron and Mase, he would spare her, but she needs to stay in a woman's place. Ack will write, "Who are you? Literally, I'd violate, but out of respect for Cam and Mase, stay in a woman's place, shorty." This is one of the examples of you can't win on the internet. Academics gave Treasure Wilson a pass and chose not to disrespect her. But even when he did that, people on social media was calling him scared. They was clowning him for not disrespecting Treasure Wilson. On one hand, if you violate and disrespect Treasure Wilson, then people will say all you do is argue with women. And then when you choose not to, they will say you're scared of Cameron and Mase. One user will say, "I knew you wouldn't try that ish with her." Another user, a woman, says, "Exactly. You act differently when you know you'll have to deal with a man." So, it's like they want academics to violate and disrespect Treasure, right? So, Motor City Joe says, "Out of respect for Kim and Mace, more like these ninjas might actually make me accountable for the disrespectful ish I'm saying. So, I'ma shut up." Debo says, "Out of respect for Cam and Mace, laugh my eye off. I." Somebody says, "Ninja scared of Mason Cam." Can you imagine being academics right now? You take the high roll. You did something they've been telling you to do all along, which is don't argue with women, don't go back and forth with women, don't disrespect women. And you decided to give a woman the high roll, right? So you know what, bro? I'm gonna take the high roll. You got it, bro. I'm not gonna argue with you. And then you go online, and the same people telling you to always take the high road and to not argue with women, those same people are now calling you a punk, calling you scared, calling you poo nanny. And if you're act, you gotta be tight. And you become even more tight, even more angry and upset that you didn't violate her when you look online and you see Kim and Mace feeding into the narrative that you're terrified of them by giving you a warning on their Instagram page. From their podcast page, they tagged academics directly. They said, "Hey, academics, out of all the tweets you've seen, you decided to say something back to stat." Yeah, right? Because that tweet got a lot of attention. So, and it says, "Why? Because we popping, but that's cool. We gonna make this clear and simple. It ain't gonna be no type of violating going on, especially with stat fair warning." I'm not that committed to this DJ Academics, Cameron, and Treasure Wilson's beef, but this really rubbed me the wrong way, and it's not because of academics or Cameron. No, just take them out of it. This situation probably reminds me of past trauma I have when dealing with women in the inner city or in the hood. Yo, there's chicks in the hood who, because they come from a particular gang or their brothers or gangbangers or street dudes or killers, these chicks run around running up a mug, disrespecting everybody, getting involved in a lot of nonsense. and they act like they can't be touched, right? Why? Because they got a bunch of dudes behind them who are ready to act a fool about them. And I just always detested that. I just always hated that. It always just rubbed me the wrong way, bruh. That these chicks are able to do whatever they like, bro, whatever they want to do, bro. Disrespect you, spit on you, slap you, hit you, and these dudes will say, yo, that's my sister. You got a problem with my sister? Hit me up first. I don't care if she spit on you and smack you. Hit me up first before you come at her. Yo, right, bro? It's just that Neanderthal thinking, bro. Like, I just detested. I hated. I never got down with it. And this situation right here kind of reminds me of that, right? Where this chick went out of her way to attack Akademiks. She went out of her way to enter herself into the beef. She went out of her way to engage and come for Ak. And then Cameron Mase is saying, well, Ak, out of all the tweets you've seen, you wouldn't know, bro. She got involved first. This just reminds me of the chicks I grew up with, bro. Now, and maybe that's not fair to Treasure Wilson. Maybe it's not fair to her. So I'm not even gonna like project my traumas onto her. But that's just what I just always dealt with, bro. Is growing up with chicks who can say whatever, do whatever, disrespect you, violate you, and act like they and act like they can't be touched because they got brothers who don't got a future or who got no type of, like decorum, But Akademiks will respond back to this, back to Cameron and Mase issuing him a fair warning. Now, Akademiks will first start off by trying to rehash the complete beef so people know that he's not the one that started it.
Popping this and third, but let me try to break it down to the terminology that y'all might understand. Mase, Cam, love you both, so let me say that before, but let me address it. When y'all are going through y'all personal back and forth with someone who's calling you out of your name or calling you a liar or defaming you, people do comment on it. By the way, I'm not mad at somebody commenting about it. My thing is about you jumping in, almost picking sides. You could be a neutral arbiter. You could be a person who's watching. Like, for example, I'll give you an example. Mase, when they came out let me see. It's about 17, 18 years now saying that you was fucking trans. You ain't seen niggas out there and be like, oh yeah, Mase is No. We just trying to see what's up. We don't pick and choose when two people getting into it, especially when it ain't our business. What I'm saying is my business with Shorty. She called me a liar. Why your co-host jumping in? This ain't no about picking no stat or whatever.
I do think that was passive aggressive, and that was I kind of throwing a little shot while letting them know, hey, bro, ain't no warnings this way, bro. I'm ready to play ball. Like, I got the dirt on y'all. I'm ready to play ball. Within the first sentence, bringing up the Mase allegations of Mase messing with and being intimate with people that heterosexual people aren't intimate with. So Akademiks like, hey, bro, yo, when you was going through that, hey, shout out to Ak, because Ak letting them know, bro, I'm ready to play ball. I'm ready to play ball. Now, with the stat thing, now listen, if Stat was a blogger, if Stat was somebody who gave, I don't know, opinions for a living, I know she's a moderator. I don't really hear her give too many opinions, but if she was running like a hip hop blog and she was covering Akademiks and Lauren LaRosa, I can maybe understand that. But if you're not really running a hip hop blog and essentially you're just doing this to stick up for Lauren LaRosa because you like her and don't like Akademiks, then you put yourself in a wheelhouse to get critiqued, to get responded to get violated. So I don't feel like Ak would have been wrong for violating, like Stat Baby. I don't, bro, right? Stat Baby, I think, is like 24 years old. She's a grown woman. Ak can violate her if you want to violate her, right? Because, again, bro, she got involved first. So Ak is trying to... Now, listen, bro. I don't... Now, when I hear Akademiks explaining it, bro, like, I don't feel like Ak really needs to explain it to Kim and Mase. They understand, bro. They don't care, right? Like, Kim and Mase understand the concept of, if I'm arguing with this person and this person enters in it, this person should get bombed on, because Kim and Mase have bombed on people who enter into their beef. So they understand Ak, they just don't care. So if I'm Akademiks, bro, after the explanation, bro, what y'all want to do, bro? Is it beef? Is it smoke? All right, what's up? Because I don't even feel like this explanation is doing anything, because Cameron and Mase knows, they just don't care.
Bruh, when niggas call you out of your name, and you defending yourself, if anybody else jumped in, piling on with the other person, you would feel offended. You ain't see the whole media jump in, basically saying, oh, nah, Mase was fucking. No. So just stay out of my business. And I'm saying it respectfully for all of y'all. Stay out of my business. Woman called me a liar. I'm defending myself. Please don't jump in and try to pick a side already. Unless you're trying to say you're trying to get it up with me. Same thing with Cam. Yo, Cam, when niggas say you got soft in the eye by whoever the fuck, well, True Life, this and 30, you showing the pool, this and, bruv, nobody jumped in. I love your music. Nobody jumped in and was just like, yeah, that's what happened. Yeah, Cam probably did. No, we let y'all brothers go back and forth, even though niggas did comment on it. Niggas commented about y'all going back and forth. Niggas ain't pick a side. So my thing is, brother, I get it. Y'all sensitive because that's y'all co-host and y'all gonna stick up for that person. But why the fuck she my business? My business is with this woman who called me out my name, called me a liar.
Brought up the Mase scandal of who Mase was messing with undercover. Brought up Cam getting punched in the eye. Hey, now I will say this though. Akademiks said this again. Ak brought it up in like a non-confrontational way, but he still brought it up nonetheless though. Now I didn't see Cam and Mase go back on their podcast and mention Ak. Hey, they gave Ak a fair warning. I think Ak mentioning Mase messing with the undercover or Cameron getting socked out, I feel like that violates the fair warning, don't it? Right? If Cam, because people were online talking about Cam and Mase as if they were like the boogeyman. Right? I'm not saying Cam and Mase can't hold their own, and I'm not even saying that Akademiks will win a war with Cam and Mase. I'm saying people were talking about Cam and Mase as if they were the boogeyman for Akademiks. As if like, yo, bro, Ak done messed up now, bro. Cam and Mase is here. And Ak went off. Ak mentioned all their drama, all their issues. Bro, Ak mentioned things that Cam has started beef with people over. I ain't see Cam and Mase go back on their show to mention Ak again. I wonder why. I don't know, bro. Now, Ak will tell Cam and Mase that, he's not with the fair warning, right? That, if it's up, then let it be up. But don't issue no warning, right? Because he not, he don't rate that, right? He not, he don't appreciate no fair warning, bro. All right, because he not no help.
Now, I was gonna leave it at that. I was even gonna look to see what she said after, but I don't know who's on the It Is What It Is talk page. I don't know if y'all are like, maybe y'all think this is like some WWE shit or whatever. And I look at both of y'all and I have too much respect for y'all to think y'all would be doing shit like that. Where y'all like, but then I seen the huffing and puffing. I'm like, bro, if that's how y'all feel, Akademiks don't need no goddamn warning. Don't give me no warning. I don't need no warning. I don't need no first chance, second chance. I don't need that. Just make sure y'all are aware of what the fuck y'all going up on. Y'all going up on y'all co-host, jumping in a conversation that wasn't about her, that clearly was between me and somebody else. I told her to stay in her goddamn place. And if that's what y'all want to ride at it about, okay, that's cool. I'm not knocking it because I get it. But this idea, number one, completely false. Oh, you're only mentioning us because we're popping. Cam and Mase, respectfully, y'all have been rappers for like 40 years. Y'all just got into this content game. I done made $20 plus million, never rapped a fucking bar. Actually, I did. Lil Lack was fire. I was the guy. Anyway, the point is this. Y'all can't hit me with no, you're mentioning. I don't mention niggas for clout. You think I mention me niggas for clout? And I look up to y'all niggas, but y'all are media niggas at this point. And I like y'all. I really do like y'all. I like y'all program. I think what y'all doing is great. I don't take nothing away from it because I'm going to still watch y'all. But this idea that y'all trying to like that kind of look a little weird to me. Because I get it. When you see those two women start getting at me, the internet are dick riders. They've been trying to see me for a long time. So they all start saying, all right, man, I see it. Like, they're on Twitter like, oh, man. Because I ain't gonna lie. And I'll give some credit to Shorty. I didn't know too much about her other than being on your show. But the Treasure Wilson, people love her.
I actually think this would be a pretty formidable beef. This would be a pretty good battle. Now, do I feel like Cam and Mase will win the battle against Ak? I don't, because I feel like Mase ain't really with the back and forth. Cam would probably do like 1 or 2 mentions of Akademiks. Akademiks will be on live stream 12 hours a day, 5 days a week, going off on Cam and Mase. So just by like the overall volume of disses and attention that Ak will give Cam and Mase, I feel like Ak might have the advantage there because Cam and Mase are not about to make their entire show about Ak, but Akademiks will come on stream for 6 hours and talk about Cam and Mase and Violate and bring up every skeleton and bring up like everything they ever went to and violate them. So that's where I feel like Ak has the advantage, man. But y'all let me know. Hey, listen, my opinion is just my opinion. Let me know in the comment section, what do you think? Do you believe? Do you believe, okay, that Cam and Mase can win this war against Academics, or do you guys feel like Academics will win? Let me know. And if you're still watching, click on this video here somewhere on my screen, right here somewhere on my screen, to see the real reason why the Mexicans almost killed Tory Lanez today in prison. Click on this video right here to find out what I'm talking about. I'm out of here, folks. Peace.